So hi, very good evening to all of you. Shilpa, Nagarajan, very good evening. So Lakshmi, Prasanna, all of you, very good evening. So please check it out whether audio is clear or not, ma. So if you are confirming the audio and video clarity, then I will start with the discussion. Dull, right? So, వదిలే తర్వాత చెప్తా. Yes, ma. Very good evening to all of you. I think still we are in the charging section only. Still we are in the charging section. Every person whose total income of previous year exceeds the maximum amount not chargeable to tax, in other words we can call it as a basic exemption limit, that person is called as SSC. He needs to pay the tax, he needs to pay the income tax by using the tax rates. Right now we are in the tax rates discussion. So can you tell me how to calculate the tax liability, ma? By way of adding how many things, ma? 3. First one, income tax liability plus surcharge plus health and education cess. In order to find out that income tax liability, we want to apply the either normal tax rates or optional tax rate. But certain incomes are always taxable at what, ma? Special tax rates only. For this, we have to add what, ma? Surcharge. For income tax and surcharge amount, we have to add what, ma? Health and education cess in order to find out the what, ma? Tax liability. So in yesterday's discussion, I think we are discussing the normal tax rates. Next, surcharge discussion is also over. So in today's session, I want to concentrate on the optional tax rate. What is that? Optional tax rate. Shall we start the discussion related to optional tax rates, all of you? Shall we start the discussion with respect to the optional tax rates? Please give me confirmation. Yes. So after the discussion of surcharge, and we have to start about the what, ma? Optional tax rate. Give the heading. Still we are in the tax rates part only. What is that? Optional tax rates. Okay. Yes. But as per our syllabus, how many optional tax rates are there? I will tell you. Section, and for whom it will be applicable. For whom it will be applicable. What is that optional tax rate? What is that optional tax rate? Yes. First thing, very, very important section. Section 115 BAC. 115 BAC is an optional tax rates given for the individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. In last year, only individual and HUF can take the optional tax rate under section 115 BAC. But in this Finance Act 2023, they are extending the scope of this provision. Who can opt this optional tax rate? Ma? AOP, BOI, AJP also can opt the optional tax rates under section 115 BAC. Either, irrespective of what, ma? Their age and the residential status. In normal tax rates, always we need to check it out the age of whom, individual. Whether he is a senior citizen or normal person or very senior citizen, we have to verify. And residential status also we need to check in case of what, ma? Normal tax rate. But in case of optional tax rate, irrespective of age as well as what ma residential status we have to check. Okay. Yes. What is that? Optional tax rates are applicable for the SSC. Yes. 115 BSc, who can opt individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, irrespective of residential status. The first 0 to 3 lakh. No need to pay any amount as a tax. Every 3 lakhs income increase, automatically we have to increase the tax rate of what? 5%. So in before, that means before the Finance Act 2023, we have 2,50,000. Every 2,50,000 increase, automatically we have to increase the tax rate of what? 5%. But here, what is that change given by the Finance Act 2023? Every 3 lakhs income increases. Okay, can you tell me next 3 lakhs? Okay, I want to write in a shortcuts way. So 0 to 3 lakh nil. So 3 lakh to next 6 lakh. 6 lakhs to next 9 lakh. 9 lakh to next how much? 12 lakhs to next 15 lakh to 15 lakh above. 15 lakh above. So can you tell me how we are increasing the tax rate 5%? What is that 10%, 15%, 20%. There is no 25% here, directly 30%. So that also you should remember. That also you should remember. So Sesikumar, Karthikeyan, Madhumita, Aravind, Arun Venkatesh, Shilpa, Lakshmi Prasanna, Parvati. So are you understood what is the change made by the Finance Act 2023? Yes. Every 3 lakh income is increases, automatically tax rate will increase by what? 5%. So in this situation, there is no 25% tax rate. Directly 20 jump to what? 30. Yes. Next optional tax rate we have, that is section 115 BAA. 115 BAA. Okay. One more optional tax rate I want to introduce till SR section 115 BAB. I want to discuss these two things combinedly. I want to discuss these two sections combinedly. Yes. 115 BAB means nothing but what? 115 BAB first I will discuss. That means what? First I will discuss the 115 BAB. After some time I will discuss what? 115 BAA. Okay. If manufacturing domestic company is there, what is that? Manufacturing domestic company. Okay. If that manufacturing domestic company satisfies these two conditions, how many conditions? 2 conditions. They can opt the optional tax rate under section 115 BAB. What is the conditions? Registered on or after 1/10/2019. The domestic manufacturing company must be registered on or after 1/10/2019. Second one, registration is over. Okay. Then commencement of business or commencement of its business activities, business activities before, can you tell me what 31st March 2024. If these two conditions are satisfied, registration on or after one date, registration after that we have to do what? Commencement of business. We need to start our business before this date. Then the new domestic manufacturing company can take the 115 BAB. Okay. If 115 BAB is opted, then what is the tax rate? Yes. Tax at the rate of 15%. Normally, what is the tax rate for the domestic company? 25% or 30%. Here they are given the benefit. Only we have to apply what? 15%. Plus surcharge at the rate of what? 10%. If you are observing that, what is the surcharge rate for the domestic company? 7, 12. 7, 12. 1 to 10 crores, 7%. Above 10 crores, 12%. But here, irrespective of total income, you have to apply only 10% surcharge. Next, health and education says is at the rate of what ma? 4%. Okay. Please take that calci and tell me the additions ma. So tell me the total. So don't do the plus. Effective rate we have to identify. How to identify the effective rate ma? Please take that calci. I will help you. 15 plus 10 percentage plus 4 percentage. Yes sir, what is that ma? 17.16 percentage. This is only called as what ma? Effective rate. Okay. This is only what ma? Effective rate. 115 BAA. That means what ma? Any other domestic company. What is that ma? For any other domestic company. Other domestic companies. So that means if there is a manufacturing domestic company and satisfy the two conditions, so then they can follow the 115 BAB. So normal domestic company, they can follow the what ma? 115 BAA. Okay. If they are followed, then what is the tax rate? Yes. So tax rate, yes ma, at the rate of what ma? 22%. Surcharge rate at the rate of what ma? 10%. Health and education says at the rate of what ma? 4%. So please calculate the effective tax rate ma, all of you. Please calculate the effective tax rate, all of you. Please calculate the effective tax rate, all of you, and please tell me. 25.168. Effective tax rate or effective rate is nothing but what ma? 25.168 percentage. 25.168 percentage. So these two are related to what ma? Company. For an individual HUF, AOP, BOI, SAP, we have an 115 BSc. For the domestic companies, we have an optional tax rate under section 115 BAA, BAB. Okay. So then what about the foreign companies? For foreign companies, there is no optional tax rate. For domestic companies only, we are given the what ma? Optional tax rates. Next one. So in person definition, I think all the persons are covered, but I want to know about the 115 BAD. What is it ma? 115 BAD. This is for the cooperative society. Can you tell me what do you mean by the cooperative society here? Resident cooperative society. What is that? Resident cooperative society. So resident cooperative society, yes sir, they can follow the what ma? 115 BAD. 115 BAD. Then for them tax rate is at the rate of what ma? Yes ma. Normally what is the tax rate? Cooperative society, highest tax rate is nothing but what ma? 30%. So 0 to 10,000, 10%, 10,000 to 20,000, 20%, above 20,000, 30%. Here we are giving the 22% only. Surcharge is nothing but what ma? 10%. Health and education cess is nothing but what ma? 4%. So please calculate the effective tax rate and tell me ma. Effective rate, I think 115 BAA counting only. How much ma? 25.168. 25.168. So up to now how many optional tax rates are over ma? 4. 115 BAC, 115 BAA, 115 BAB, 115 BAD. Okay. Finance Act 2023 introduced one more optional tax rate, that is section 115BAE. This is a newly introduced section in the Finance Act 2023. Yes, sir. What is that, I will tell you. Resident Cooperative Society. What is that, Resident Cooperative Society. Yes, sir. Condition 1, if they are satisfied these two conditions, registered on or after 1/4/2023. Condition 2, commencement of business. Yes, commencement of business. Can you tell me on which date, before 31st March 2024. 31st March 2024. If these two conditions are satisfied, automatically that resident cooperative society can opt the what, 115 BAE. So if they are opted the 115 BAE, what is the tax rate, Tax rate is for the resident cooperative society. Here optional tax rate they can opt the only what, 15%. Surcharge rate at the rate of what, 10%. Health and education says at the rate of what, 4%. So total if you are done, then effective rate will be like 115 BAB. What is that effective tax rate under section 115 BAB, 17.16. So this is an amendment made in the Finance Act 2023. Are you clear, up to now? All of you, please give me clarity about it first of all. For computing the tax liability, we have to find out the income tax, surcharge, education cess. In income tax, we have to find out the tax liability, income tax liability by using optional tax rates or normal tax rate. We are done with that one. Next, we want to know with the what is that? Special tax rates. The pending concept in income tax liability component is nothing but what, special tax rate. Shall we discuss the special tax rates? Okay. So please open the chart box and tell me. So in accordance with your opinion, what are the special tax rate taxable incomes? Yes, Madhumita, always optional tax rates are given for the residents only, So normally, so we can choose it as that is also resident cooperative society only. Okay. 115 BAD also resident cooperative society normally. So please open the chat box and tell me. So what are the special tax rate taxable incomes we have? Some examples of the special tax rate taxable incomes. In every SSC hands, we haven't certain incomes always taxable at a special tax rates. So we don't want to follow the normal tax rate or optional tax rates also for these certain incomes. So examples, yes, Lakshmi Prasanna said lottery income, yes, that's okay. Any other? Any other incomes? Capital gain incomes also taxable at what, special tax rate. Yes, I will tell you first thing. In special tax rates, first one, I want to open the capital gain. So just listen carefully. After some time, you can write it down. Capital gains. So if you are observing the capital gains, we can classify that capital gain incomes into two types. First one, long-term capital gain. Second one, what, short-term capital gain. Second one, short-term capital gain. So if you are observing in the long-term capital gain characteristics, so yes. So under section 112A, The remaining is under section 112. I will tell you in the later chapters. So in which circumstances that long-term capital gain is taxable under section 112A. In which circumstances long-term capital gain is taxable under section what, 112. I will tell you after some time. That means in nearly 4 or 5 chapters. In every chapter, like how many chapters? 4 or 5 chapters. I will explain you these tax rates. No need to worry. Just remember these are the special tax rate taxable incomes. These are the incomes are always taxable at what, special tax rate. Okay. Next, in short-term capital gain also we have in 2 categories. Yes, how many categories? 2 categories. First one, under section 111A. Next one, other than 111A. Other than 111A. Other than 111A. So just please observe 112A income is taxable at the rate of flat 10% mark. And what is the basic exemption limit we have? 1 lakh. That means what is it? So if 1,20,000 income is there, what is that exempt mark? 1 lakh. 20,000 only taxable with the rate of what mark? 10%. 112 income is taxable at the rate of what mark? 20%. 111A income is taxable at the rate of what, 15%. Other than 111A is taxable at what, normal tax rate. What is that, normal tax rate. So that means in capital gain, what are the incomes we have to pay the tax based on special tax rate, 112A, 112 long-term capital gain related. In short-term capital gain related, we have only what, triple 1A. Triple 1A. So these are the 3 incomes in capital gains chapter, always taxable with the what, special tax rates. So short-term capital gain other than triple 1A is taxable at what, normal tax. Okay. Second one, lottery income. Lottery income under section 115BB is taxable at the rate of 30% of flat rate. So what is that, 30%? That is what, flat rate. Third one, net winnings from, this is also amendment, third point also amendment. So what is that, net winnings from? Net winnings from online games. Can you tell me what is the tax rate? 30% flat rate. So normally certain online winnings are not covered under lottery incomes. So that's why that is a special section introduced under section 115BBJ. 115BBJ. Last one in special tax rate taxable income, deemed income under section 115BBE. So simply we can call it as an undisclosed income. What do you mean by the undisclosed income? I will tell you. So normally in your home, income tax department conducted the search proceedings. In that search proceedings maybe, so income tax department got the 2 crores of cash in your house. So if the income tax department asking the source of explanation, source of income related explanation, you are unable to give that explanation, or if you are given that explanation also, assessing officer not get satisfied. So can you tell me what is that, 2 crores worth of cash founded during the search proceedings in your home. So definitely income tax department will ask the explanation for the source of income. If you are given that explanation but they are not satisfied. Second thing, you are not offered any explanation. In this situation, they are taken this income as an what, undisclosed income. Simply that is in black money. Simply that is in what, black money. So on this, we have to pay the tax at the rate of what, 60% flat rate. So please remember, this isn't just a tax rate only, just a tax rate. So in addition to the tax, normally what, 60% plus for this income surcharge will be what, 25%. For this health and education cess will be what, 4%. If I am adding these all the things together, Effective tax rate will be what ma? 78%. Effective tax rate will be what ma? 78%. So we can call this as an what ma? Effective rate. So please try to calculate ma whether it is incorrect or not. Effective rate is equal to what ma? 78%. So how many special tax rate taxable incomes we have? In capital gain we have 3. Lottery income, winnings from what ma? Online games. Sixth one, deemed income under section 115 BBE. So please give me clarity. Are you clear up to now? Yes, Parvati, royalty income is also taxable at special tax rate, but I will cover that all the things in an advanced chapters, ma. Yes. So normally lottery income means casual income, all the things are covered, but certain special tax rates are there for the non-residents also. I will cover that all the non-resident related tax rates in non-resident chapter. I want to stick to the basics only in this first chapter. So that's why I'm covering the only the few special tax rate taxable incomes. Yes, many are there, but I will cover in the non-resident chapter and other chapters. Okay. 115 E. Normal manufacturing. Resident Manufacturing Cooperative Society. Yes. Yes, ma. Sorry, here just we are mentioning as an what ma? Resident Cooperative Society, but that is an what ma? Resident Manufacturing Cooperative Society. Okay. Hmm? Example. That is nothing but production of anything, the milk products, etc. Manufacturing only, or producing, we can call it as. So milk products. So in physical class, they are asking about the what is that example for that resident manufacturing cooperative society. So nothing but they are producing the milk products. So that is an Amul as well as Vijaya, all others also manufacturing resident cooperative societies examples only. So if any cooperative society formed based on self-help basis, so nothing but one for all for one. So that is only the main aim of the cooperative society. So if they are engaged in the manufacturing, nothing but, so they have only one object. We want to deliver the best quality products at the least possible cost. So that is only the objective of the cooperative society. With that intention, they can start the, so example, so I want to give that all the baby related cosmetics at a least possible manner. So that is also we can call it as a cooperative society. So I want to give you the best products for the only for women. So that is also cooperative society. Next thing. So if you are observing the tax liability calculation, all the things are over except what ma? All the things are over except what ma? Health and education cess. All the things are over except what ma? Health and education cess. So shall we start the health and education cess? This is an easy for you. So this is very, very easy for you. Okay. Health and education cess. Okay. So nothing but it is an applicable for all SSCs. Whether you are a resident, non-resident, individual, HUF, AOP, cooperative society, company, LLP, local authority, these are all the things are irrelevant. It will be applicable for that what ma? All SCs. Okay. But what is that amount of health and education says we need to collect ma? 4% on what? This is only important. On income tax. So please let me know what are the things we have to add ma? Surcharge. Okay, but we have to reduce the one thing, ma, rebate. So I will tell you what is the next concept you can expect from the, what do you mean by the rebate? So that means after computing the income tax, after computing the surcharge, please add together. On that we have to collect what, ma? Health and education cess. If rebate is there, please reduce the rebate. Okay. Before going to the next concept rebate, please check it out. What is that main Roman number we are maintaining, ma? So I think charging section only the last main number we are given. What is that? In charging section only we are discussed. These are all the definitions. So nothing but what, ma? 3. So that is what, ma? 3. Charging section we are given that content number 3. In that only we are discussed. These are all the content: optional tax rate, normal tax rate, surcharge, health and education cess, etc. So right now I want to start with the what, ma? Fourth concept. I want to start with the what, ma? Fourth concept. Before starting the fourth concept, before starting with the fourth concept, I want to give you that one important update. So please close the pen and please close the books also. No, you should just listen carefully what I am telling to you. So this is the main important point with respect to the Finance Act 2023. What is that important point? I will tell you. Just listen carefully. Okay. Individual, HUF, next ma, AOP, BOI, AJP. AJP. Okay. If you want to file the return of income for the below persons, who are below persons, ma? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. If you are open the income tax e-filing website, what is the defaulted tax rates are taken already based on the Finance Act 2023. Based on what, ma? Finance Act 2023. If you are open the e-filing website, what is the default tax rate they are taken? Okay. First tell me, what are the tax rates we have, ma? First of all, normal tax rate. And what do you mean by the optional? I will tell you optional means here, no need to use the word as an optional. Okay, normal tax rates. And please use the section 115 BAC. Okay, 115 what, ma? BAC. So we can call it as an alternative tax regime. You can follow normal tax rate. Alternatively, you can follow 115 BAC. Okay. So normally before the Finance Act 2023, so if you are open the website, normal tax rates only the defaultedly given. If you want to shift out from the normal tax rate, you can opt what, ma? 115 BAC. But Finance Act 2023 is drastically changed, and what is a defaulted tax regime given in the income tax returns, ma? Yes, default tax regime. So if you are open the income tax website for the previous year 23-24, assessment year 24-25. Can you tell me what is that, ma? Previous year 23-24 and assessment year what, ma? 24-25. Definitely for an individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, what is the tax rate? Automatically defaulted tax rates taken, ma? 115 BAC. Okay. That is a defaulted. If you want to shift out from the defaulted, you have to take what, ma? Normal. So based on Finance Act 2023, normal rates will be treated as optional here. Yes. If I want to shift out, then I can choose the what, ma? So I don't want to take the 115 BAC. Yes, you have an option to take what, ma? Normal tax rate. Are you understood the what is the change made by the Finance Act 2023? All of you. Once again, I am telling to you, this is a change for that individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. We have a normal tax rate as well as what, ma? Optional tax rate. So optional tax rate means 115 BAC in our terminology normally. So if you are open the income tax website, what is the defaulted tax rate given in the website, ma? 115 BAC only. But I want to shift out from the 115 BAC to the normal tax rate. Is that possible? Yes, possible. You can take that what, ma? Normal tax rate. So Normally, here, normal tax rates only treated as optional tax rate. We have an option to follow normal, but default is what for 115 BSc. Can you tell me for others? Others. Yes, ma. For company. Please tell me no. Company. We have a normal tax rates. We have a normal tax rates. And next one, ma. We have an under section 115 BAA. Under section 115 BAB. Okay. Please let me know what is the default tax regime, ma? For companies, normal tax rates only default. If you are open that website for company, what is the default tax regime, ma? What is the default tax regime? Yes, ma. Normal tax rates only. If you want to shift out, yes, shift out to what, ma? Optional tax rate. అర్థమవుతుందా? Yes, sir. I will tell you the reason also why they are made this change also. I will tell you. In rebate concept, I will tell you why they are made this change in Finance Act 2023 in detailed manner. First of all, listen carefully. Next, for company or domestic company? For domestic company only. Okay. Next, for cooperative society. For what, ma? Cooperative society. For cooperative society, okay, we have a normal tax rates and we have an what, ma? Optional tax rate under section 115 B A D. Next, we have an what, ma? 115 B A E also. 115 B A E also. Yes. What is the default tax regime? What is the default tax regime? What is the default tax regime? Normal tax rates only what, ma? Default tax regime. If you are open for website, automatically what is the tax rate? Yes, sir. Given defaultly, ma? Normal tax rate. If you want to shift out, yes, you can shift out. Many students are confusing in this amendment, ma. So just only one change happened for that individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. What is the default tax regime, ma? 115 BAC is a default tax rate. If you want to shift out from this, you have an optional tax rate, normal tax rate. Okay. With respect to that individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. Optional tax rate is normal tax rate. Normal tax rate is 115 BSc. Are you clear? Yes. Once again, I am telling to all of you, are you understood this change first of all? Kartikeyan, Parvati, Lakshmi Prasanna, Nagarajan, Shilpa, Madhumita, Aravind, Arun. Yes, yes. So how the problems can be changed with respect to this amendment also I will explain you in an online, I will explain you in a workbook through these classes only. Yes. Shall we start the concept of rebate? So main concept, we want to start the concept of what, ma? Rebate. Okay. So I think Jamuna, you gave first reply only. So I think class started 1 hour back. Okay, you gave reply in this time only. Okay, anyway, happy for that. What is that main concept, ma? We are going to start the fourth one. Rebate under section 87A. What is the section number? 87A. So in rebate concept also amendments are there. Amendments are there. Previously, rebate is a very, very easy concept. Yes, what is that also? I will tell you first thing. So I want to classify the rebate under two categories, ma. First one, if the SSE follows the normal tax rate. Can you tell me for whom we are giving the rebate, ma? For all SSEs, for resident individual only can take the rebate. So if resident individual is following that what, ma? Normal tax rates. Okay. Yes, it is an applicable for whom, ma? Applicable to resident individual. Applicable to whom, ma? Resident individual. Yes, whose total income, yes ma, can you tell me what is that ma, exceeds or less than ma, less than 5 lakh, then we can take the rebate. So sir, can you tell me what is that amount of rebate we can take? Yes, 12,500 or tax payable, whichever is lower. Tax payable, whichever is lower. So if that SSE follows the normal tax rate, SSE means whom? Resident individual who having the total income less than 5 lakhs. Okay. So please open the workbook. I think some of you are already get the tracking ID related to workbook, sir. So please open your workbook. Please open your workbook. If you have that workbook in your hand, please open the workbook. So in first chapter, that is a basic concept. We have in practical questions of 4. How many practical questions we have, ma? 4. We need to discuss that practical question. So within that, I want to start the directly question number. Okay, after one more discussion, we will start it out, ma. After one more discussion, we will start it out. Okay. Second, ma. So if that SSE follows the what, ma? Optional tax rate. If that SSE follows that what, ma? Optional tax rate. Can you tell me for that resident individual, what is that optional tax rates we can follow? 115 BAC only. Because this rebate concept is given only for the resident individual. So if he follows the what, ma? Optional tax rate means nothing but what, ma? If he follows the 115 BAC, then what is that what, ma? Rebate. I will tell you. Okay. First concept. If total income of such individual does not exceed, can you tell me what, ma? Does not exceed rupees how much, ma? 7 lakh. So normal tax rates, normally if the total income is less than what, ma? Does not exceed what, ma? 5 lakh, you will get what, ma? Rebate. But in normal tax rates, 5 lakh only. But in optional tax rate, if your total income is does not exceed what, ma? 7 lakh, you have an applicability of what, ma? Rebate concept. What is that rebate? You will get, ma? 25,000 or what, ma? Tax payable, whichever is what, ma? Lower. Tax payable, whichever is lower. Yes. Okay. So please open the question number 3 in your workbook. Please open question number 3 in your workbook. Mahesh, 32 years, is a resident in India. Okay. I think you know, for resident Indian persons only can get the what, ma? Rebate. And his total income is how much, ma? 6,50,000. That is comprising of what, ma? Salary income and interest on fixed deposit. So that means 6,50,000. How we are arrived, ma? From salary and interest on what, ma? Fixed deposit. So they are asking the tax liability computation, but they are following the what ma default tax regime under section 115 BAC. I think you are aware about this fact. 115 BAC they are followed. We 115 BAC they are followed. So in this situation, can you tell me what is the rebate concept ma? If the optional tax rate under section 115 BAC is followed, then total income does not exceed 7 lakh. Total income does not exceed what ma 7 lakh. We can get the rebate. What is it? Rebate amount ma 25,000 or tax payable, whichever is lower. Okay. So please calculate the tax payable on this ma. First 6,50,000 means 0 to yes ma 0 to 3 lakhs nil. 3 lakhs to 6 lakh. Can you tell me what is that amount percentage ma? 5%. How much ma 5% means? 15. So next balance 6 lakhs above is how much amount is there ma? 50,000 amount is there. What is that ma? 10%. If you are observing that 0 to 3 lakhs nil. Here what is the rate ma? 5%. Here what is the rate ma? 10%. 50,000 into 10% is how much ma? 5,000. So if you are observing the total, how much you will get ma? 20,000. What is that ma? 20,000. Next, tax payable or what ma? 25,000, whichever is lower ma? 20,000 only lower. So that's why. So entire tax payable will be getting as a what ma? Rebate. Are you understood? From the tax liability 20,000, we have to reduce the what ma? Rebate. Can you tell me what is the rebate amount ma? Rebate amount is nothing but what ma? Lower of tax payable or what ma? 25,000, whichever is lower. So if you are reducing this 20,000, you will get the tax payable as what ma? Nil. But I will tell you one important information. They are not mentioned anything about the rebate in this question. While you are calculating the tax liability, you should know about whether we can get the rebate or not. So here they are asking like in what ma, please compute the tax liability. While computing the tax liability itself, you should aware about the whether that SSC can able to take that what ma rebate or not. So here how you can identify? Yes, he is a resident Indian and he having that what ma 6,50,000, that is a less than 7 lakh, and he followed the what ma default tax regime under section 115 BSE. Automatically you should aware about the yes, he is an eligible for taking that what ma rebate. Okay. Second point. Can you tell me? You can guess the second point. If total income of such individual, if total income of what ma such individual exceeds how much ma? Exceeds rupees what ma 7 lakh. Here also you can get refund. Sorry, rebate. If your total income does not exceed 7 lakh under optional tax rate, you will get the rebate. If your total income exceeds the 7 lakh also, you will get rebate. So what is that amount of rebate you can get? What is that amount of rebate you can get? Okay. So please follow the following steps for calculating the what ma rebate. So step 1 and next we have in step 2 and step 3 also. So definitely we have to follow the 3 steps for calculating that what ma rebate. If that SSC follows the what ma optional tax rate and his total income exceeds the what ma 7 lakh. Can you tell me here individual means what ma? Resident individual only. Individual means what ma? Resident individual only. Yes. First step. Total income. Yes ma. Suppose if they are given the total income as an 7,15,000. If I am giving the total income, how much ma? 7,15,000. Total income minus 7 lakh. So please do that what ma step 1 as an total income minus 7 lakh. Can you tell me what is that output of step 1? What is that output of step 1 ma? 15,000. Okay. In second step, please compute So listen words carefully. Here, compute income tax liability. All of you, can you tell me what is the difference between tax liability and income tax liability? So tax liability means income tax liability plus surcharge plus health and education cess. So, but in income tax liability means we have to calculate only normal tax rate or optional tax rate, special tax rate, tax liability only. Yes, on what ma? Total income. Can you tell me in step 2 we have to calculate the income tax liability only on what ma? 7,15,000. So if you are observing that in second step we have to calculate the yes sir income tax on what ma? Income tax liability on 7,15,000. 7,15,000. Step 3, last step. If step 2 is more than step 1, if you got the step 2 amount is what ma? More than step 1. So that means you have to pay that what ma? More income tax liability while comparing with the what ma? Difference between the total income and what ma? 7 lakh. So what do you mean by the step 1 is more than step 2 is more than step 1 ma? You got an more income tax liability payable than the what ma? Difference between the what ma? Total income and 7 lakh. So in this situation only you can get the what ma? Rebate. Then what is that rebate under section 87A? Yes sir. What is that ma? Rebate under section 87A is step 2 minus what ma? Step 1. Okay. Shall we do one practical question on this rebate concept? If you follow that what ma? Optional tax rate and if his total income is exceeds what ma? 7 lakh. No. But you can't do that because say, if you are comparing with the marginal relief concept, we have to consider some cases such as, but here there is no concept of such as because 7 lakh income. So exactly I will tell you, if that is a total income is 9 lakh, there is no rebate. If that is a 9 lakh total income, no rebate will be possible in that circumstances. Just if you have an earning any income more than 7 lakh, like less amount, like 7 lakh 20,000, 7 lakh 15,000, then also you can get the then also you can get the rebate. So okay, we can discuss the one practical question. That is question number 4. Yes, who is an SSC ma? Nitin, 42 years. He is an what ma? Resident Indian. He having the total income of what ma? 7,15,000. What is that? 7,15,000. So that 7,15,000 comprising of what ma? Salary income and interest on what ma? Fixed deposit. So they are asking to calculate the what ma? Tax liability. So can you tell me what is the tax rate they are followed ma? Default tax regime under section 115 BAC. In our terminology, what is the default tax regime? Optional tax rate. So if you are observing that they are asking to calculate the tax liability, but indirectly we have to calculate what ma? Rebate also. So because if you are following that optional tax rate under section 115 BAC, if your total income is more than 7 lakh, definitely you have to calculate what ma? Rebate. Okay. Can you tell me what is the step 1? We have to follow ma? Total income minus 7 lakh. Okay. So can you tell me total income minus 7 lakh is what ma? 15,000. Step 2. What is the step 2 we have to follow ma? Compute income tax liability on total income. What is the total income in our example? 7 lakh 15,000. Okay. Please take that calci and calculate the tax on 7 lakh 50,000. So 0 to 3 lakh. Why we are following the 3 lakh here? Optional tax rate basic exemption limit is what ma? 3 lakh. 0 to 3 lakh is what ma? Nil. So next 3 lakh to 6 lakh. What is that ma? 5%. So if you are observing that 5% on 3 lakh, what is that? 15. Yes, 15,000. Next, can you tell me? So 6 lakhs to, what is the next one ma? 7 lakh 15,000. 6 lakhs to 7 lakh 15,000. Can you tell me what is the tax rate ma? 10%. So that means 1 lakh 15,000 into 10%. What is that ma? 11,000. So total this 26,500. So if you are calculated that income tax liability only, no need to add that health and education cess also. Can you tell me how much you will get, ma? 26,500. Okay. Please compare the step 1 and step 2. So that means, so you have an additional income and only what, ma? 15,000. But you have to pay that amount of the taxes and what, ma? 26,500. So in this situation, what is that amount in excess of that you have, ma? So that means we can call this is an step 1 and the step 2. So please compare that what, ma? Step 2 is more than what, ma? Step 1. So then difference between that what, ma? Step 2 and step 1 is what, ma? Marginal, sorry, rebate. So please tell me what is that, ma? 11,500. So can you tell me what is that exact tax you have to pay, ma? What is that exact tax you have to pay? 26,500 you have to pay. But can you tell me out of that what is the rebate you can get, ma? 11,500 only. So because the difference between that what, ma? Step 2 and step 1 is nothing but what, ma? 11,500 only. Still what is that amount of tax you have to clear? 15,000. For that we have to add what, ma? Health and education cess. What is that 4% means what, ma? 600. So please tell me what is that 15,600. So these are the 3 steps you have to follow for the purpose of computing the tax liability. Yes, sir. If that SSE having that what, ma? More than 7 lakh total income, if you follow the what, ma? Optional tax rate. So this is also one amendment made in the Finance Act 2023. So please give me reply. Are you understood the calculations, ma? 2 examples also. Not an examples. We can guess these questions as an MCQs also. Directly in our examination for 2 marks. You have to solve on your own and you need to pick a correct answer. Yes, please repeat the rebate concept for me. Yes, rebate concept is an definitely important concept for this item. So if you are following the normal tax rate, you means here resident individual. Yes, sir. If you are following the normal tax rate means if resident individual, his total income does not exceed what, ma? 5 lakh, he can follow that what, ma? If he follows the normal tax rate, he can get the rebate. What is the amount of the rebate, ma? 12,500 or tax payable, whichever is lower. Next, if the resident individual, if he follows the optional tax rate under section what, ma? 115 BAC. So if the total income of such individual less than what, ma? 7 lakh. So then he can get the rebate, but rebate amount is 25,000 or tax payable, whichever is lower. So definitely in an examination, they will ask you as a tax liability, but you should identify whether they are eligible to take what, ma? Rebate or not. So if you are observing these examples, they are asking directly as an what, ma? Tax liability. You have to think about this SSE is an eligible to take what, ma? Rebate or not. Next. So if that total income of such resident individual, if he follows an optional tax rate, if the total income exceeds the what, ma? 7 lakh, we can take the rebate by using that what, ma? Following 3 steps. The first step, total income minus 7 lakh. Second step, please compute that income tax liability on what, ma? Total income. Third step, if you can you can get the rebate only if step 2 amount is more than what, ma? Step 1. Step 2 amount is what, ma? More than step 1. So difference between step 2 and step 1 only what, ma? Rebate. Logic behind this nothing but simply, so you are earning that additional income 15,000 only, but here you have to pay the tax nearly what, ma? 26,500. You are earning that additional income of 15,000 only. But if you are calculated the tax liability, you have to pay the tax of what, ma? 26,500. So this is an illogical, this is not an logical. So that's why we are giving the difference between these two. Can you tell me what is the difference between these two, ma? 11,500 as an what, ma? Rebate. Ultimately, you have to pay tax of what, ma? 15,000 only. Plus education cess. So these 3 steps are useful for computing that what, ma? These 3 steps are useful for computing the what, ma? Rebate. Okay. So I want to incorporate the answers also. So can you tell me how much you will get, ma? Here 26,500. So can you tell me step 1 minus step 2? Yes, sir. What is that, ma? 11,500. So final tax liability, can you tell me? So what is that finally tax liability? So department will always ask the tax on what ma? 7,15,000. So they will ask you 26,500 at any cost, but we can get the what ma? Rebate. What is the section? 87A. What is that 87A? What is that ma? 11,500. So you have to pay 15,000 plus what ma? Health and education says at the rate of what ma? 600, 15,000, 600. Clear? Jamuna, Parvati, Nagarajan. Yes, sir. Chinna Reddy Vari, Raghunath Reddy, Silpa, Arun, Madhumita, Naveen. Please give me clarity about it, ma. If it is okay, then I will go towards the next concept. So are you understood that what are the changes made in the Finance Act 2023? First one, they have made the changes in surcharge. Second one, they are changing that what individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, normal tax rate is an optional, defaulted tax regime is what 115 BSE. And they are introducing that one more optional tax rate, that is in cooperative society, 115 BAE. Next, they are introducing that one more change in the rebate concept. Yes, sir. In this, what is that? If you are following the normal tax rate, one type of rebate. If you are following that optional tax rate, one more type of rebate. Okay. So I want to tell you the reason why they are make this change. Why they are made this change? Okay. Suppose. Okay. So please give me clarity. If Bhaskar is an individual, yes sir, he having that only salary income. Okay. That salary income also 6 lakh. Can you tell me which one is the best? So can I go with the normal tax rate? Can I go with the 115 BSE? Can you tell me what is the best for me? What is that, ma? 115 BAC is only the best. Why? So up to 7 lakh there is no tax liability. What is that, ma? Up to 7 lakh there is no tax liability because they have given that what, ma? If your total income is does not exceed 7 lakh, you will get the 25,000 or tax payable will be eligible for what, ma? Rebate. Yes, here, what is that best for me, ma? Okay, that's why. So they are given this as a only as an what, ma? Defaulted. Yes, okay, I don't want to take the 115 BAC option. Yes, you can shift out from the 115 BAC to what ma? Normal tax rate. Yes, you have an option to what ma? Shift out. So I think you understood the logic behind the why they are made the 115 BAC as an what ma? Default tax rate. So up to 5 lakh only normal tax rate rebate concept is available. If you are having that what more than 5 lakh to 7 lakh, in some cases more than 7 lakh if you have also you will get what rebate. This is only the best. That's why Income Tax Act 1961 along with the Finance Act 2023 they are made the 115 BSE as a default tax regime. If you are open that income tax website for an individual HUF, AOP, BOI, ASAP, what is that? Default tax regime 115 BSE is default. Yes, if you want to shift out, yes, you can shift out for the what normal tax rate. In this situation, normal tax rate will be acted as a what option. Will be acted as a what option. Are you clear? Understood the logic between the what why they are made this change with respect to the what individual HUF, AOP, BOI, ASAP. Clear? So with the help of rebate concept only, they are made this change. Next one. A small concept I want to take for this session, sir. So how many main concepts are over, ma? 4. The first one, I think, Constitution of India, article number 246 as well as 265. Second concept, we are taken that what, ma? So no, it's not a charging section. Next, I think we are taken the charging section is the third concept, ma. So second concept, we are taken the yes, components are sources of income tax law. Third one, charging section. Fourth one, rebate concept. Fifth one, we have to take the Fifth one, we have to take the concept of what ma? Rounding off of tax liability as well as what ma? Tax payable. Yes, sir. What is that concept ma? Rounding off. Under section 288A under 288B. 288A and 288B. So at any time while you are calculating the total income, yes, you know what is the procedure for calculating the total income. Aggregation of 5 heads of income after effect of clubbing as well as set of provision, you will get the gross total income. From that gross total income, you have to reduce the chapter 6A deduction. You will get what my net total income or taxable income. So on that we have to calculate what my tax liability. So on which amount we have to calculate the tax liability, that is only called as what my total income. The total income always you have to round it off in accordance with the section 288A. The total income you have to rounding off as per section what ma 288A. So if you are calculated the tax liability on total income, that is only termed as an what ma tax payable. So the tax payable also should be rounded off in accordance with the what ma section 288B. Total income as well as tax payable, both the things should be rounded off, but in accordance with the what ma 288A is total income, in accordance with the 288B, that is what ma tax payable. Okay, so but both the provisions says same matter and same content and same procedure also. So that's why what is that thing I will tell you. So suppose if your total income, so imagine this is only your total income or this is only what ma your tax payable, how rounding off will applicable I will tell you. Okay, in first case, we have an 2,85,836. Yes, ma, 836. They are saying always it should be rounded off to nearest multiples of 10. Can you tell me for 2,85,236, it should be it should be rounded off to what ma? 2,85,840 only. 2,85,840 only what ma? Nearest multiples of 10. Okay. Next, so I'm giving the 2,85,838. Can you tell me how it will be rounding off, ma? 2,85,830. Sorry, 833. I want to give you 833. Can you tell me what, ma? 830. That means nearest multiples of 10 is what, ma? 830. Okay. In an examination, they are always giving the yes, sir, this is a question. 2,85,835. Can you tell me how we need to rounding up this? So if you are preparing like this, okay. So what do you mean by the what, ma? 280A and 288B. So you are thinking like, okay, 6 is there, rounding off to next multiple. 3 is there, okay, below. 4 is there, below. 7 is there, above. So but they are asking with the what, ma? 285. Sorry, 835. Can you tell me how it will be rounding off, ma? Above or below, all of you? Nearest means nothing but nearest is 840 or 830. Okay, Jamuna 30, super. Parvati, super 830. So remaining also, I want to get a reply from all of you. I think in live, 14 members are there. I want to get in 14 replies from you also. 840 Nagarajan, super. 840, super Silpa. 840 Madhumita, super. So I am waiting for the reply of Lakshmi Prasanna, 840, Nandini Nandamuri, Vammo, 840, Nag Pramod, 840, Nandini Nandamuri, Vammo, Arun Venkatesh, 830. Super, sir. If you are observing, so in our classroom, I think around 20 members in face-to-face or online or whatever it may be, we have around 20. Okay. So in this situation, I want to know one thing. So differences of opinions between the 20 members also there. Okay. So answer is 2,85,840. This provision says 5 or above should be rounded off to next multiple of 10. Next multiple of what ma? Rupees 10. So please remember, so if last digit is in 5 or more, it should be rounded off to what ma? Next multiple of 10 only. In an examination, at the time of calculating the total income, yes, rounded off to nearest multiples of 10. If you are calculated the tax payable also, that also should be rounded off to nearest multiples of 10. If you are not done these things, definitely you will lose your best marks. That is nothing but in every question you will lose half mark. Yes, sir. Are you clear up to now? All of you? In Monday session, I want to start the sixth concept, but right now I want to give you the heading. So in Monday class, I want to start the next concept, that is in concept number 6, but I want to give you the heading right now itself. What is the next concept? Maximum marginal tax rate, maximum marginal tax rate, and average tax rate. And what ma? Average tax rate. In Monday session, I will start with this concept ma. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Otherwise, we can close the session. And in this session only, you got lot of amendments from the Finance Act 2023. So please revise the class and revise the classroom notes also at least once in tomorrow sessions. Okay. So if you have any doubts, please let me know. Otherwise, we can close the session ma. We don't have any class for tomorrow. So day after tomorrow only we have in class. The class timings for DT subject will be 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So timetable, all the things will be prepared by the Rajesh sir only. So Rajesh sir will send the timetable with respect to the total Saahas batch. So if you have any doubts, directly you can message with the Rajesh sir also. Yes, sir. So thank you. We will meet on Monday session at the 6 p.m. Thank you. Karthikeyan. Thanks, Ra. Thanks. Yes. Enjoy this Sunday. Bye.